Well, today we're celebrating a birthday of one of Oregon's most familiar faces. You don't see him on TV, but you do see him on the shelves of almost every grocery store. We're talking about Bob Moore from Bob's Red Mill. He's turning 94 today, and he is still going strong.
Oh, I haven't retired yet. I don't know why. I have loved this business so much. I've had my problems. We had a fire years ago, but I've had such wonderful people. We have approximately 800 people working with us now. I'm very pleased to have the life I live and to have experienced all the wonders of selling product all over the world.
Bob was born in the heart of downtown Portland back in 1929. His dad worked at the Oregonian. His mom was a homemaker. In 1978, Bob opened that store, the Red Mill in Milwaukee, and since then, he's become one of the most popular brands in the nation. I've got some of his stuff in my pantry at home. He's amazing.
Too. Now, I got to do that interview, which was great, chatting with him. We got to talk to him, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. And I had to ask him, Bob, do you ever start your day with a bowl of Captain Crunch?
Oh, what'd he say?
I don't think he does.
No, he doesn't.
He kind of danced around it, but I think he was maybe offended by the question.
I know. You know, when I interviewed him for Carpool like a couple of years ago, I was like on a keto diet. I was doing no carbs, no oats. So I'm like, I'm sorry to confess, but he was awesome. Happy birthday, Bob. Love you dearly. One more. Today, we are celebrating the birthday of one of Oregon's most famous faces. You don't see him on TV, but you do see him on the shelves of almost every single grocery store around here. We're talking about Bob Moore of Bob's Red Mill. Today he's turning 94 years old. We had a chance to catch up with him. He said he's been in the business for so long that he remembers having conversations with his old friend and customer, Fred Meyer.
Well, I had the pleasure of having Fred Meyer walk into my place and tell me he wanted my products in his new nutrition centers, and I had the pleasure of turning him down because I didn't want to work so hard. But that turned around very soon, and he was my biggest customer. And in fact, within a year, I got a nice award.
So Bob was born in the heart of downtown Portland back in 1929. I love that old photo. So cool. His dad worked at the Oregonian. His mom was a homemaker. And in 1978, Bob opened the Red Mill store in Milwaukee. Since then, it's become one of the most popular brands in the entire country. You got a chance to catch up with him.
I did. I had a chance to do that interview, actually. First off, how cool is it that Fred Meyer is his customer?
Yeah.
We're all used to being the customers of Fred Meyer, right? And he told the story also, it's on their website, that when he was, they were fairly newlyweds, his wife made this beautiful, yummy smelling wheat bread from scratch. Oh, yes. And that kind of got his love of grains and eating healthy going. And today we know what it led to.
Absolutely. He's a lovely man. Yeah. Happy birthday, Bob.
Yes, happy birthday. And it reminds me, I got to go visit that store in Milwaukee. Happy birthday, Bob.
Welcome back to the news at noon. Yesterday was the state of Oregon's birthday, and today is the birthday of one of Oregon's most familiar faces. You see him on the shelves in almost every grocery store, not just locally, but in other parts of the country as well. We're talking about Bob Moore of Bob's Red Mill, who turns 94 years old today. We had a chance to catch up with Bob, and one of the things he told us was it was important for him to put his face on the company's label.
My picture on the label and the Red Mill and everything came about because I felt that somebody should show up as being responsible for the products that were being made. And I thought, okay, I'll put my picture and my name and the color red on the label, and people know who did this.
He did it all right. Bob Moore was born in downtown Portland back in 1929. His dad worked at the Oregonian. His mom, he says, was a homemaker. In 1978, Bob opened up the Red Mill store in Milwaukee. Since then, it's become one of the most popular brands in the entire country. And Rod Hill, who stands next to me now in the studio, actually had that conversation with Bob just before his birthday today.
Enjoyed chatting with him. If you don't know, the king of oatmeal, I would call him, right?
And if
One
you don't
of
know
his
this,
many products.
absolutely, Rod Hill, many mornings, stands there in the Weather Center doing his forecast while eating Bob's Red Mill oatmeal.
He told the story of, we talk about Fred Meyer as a store, right?
Yeah.
He talks about Fred Meyer as the man. Fred Meyer walked in, he wanted my oatmeal, I turned him down. Later, they reversed course, and of course, you can find oatmeal in Fred Meyer.